Assalamualaikum. Hai semua, selamat datang ke Forum edisi hari ini bersama dengan saya Dayang Zainatul Akmal. Pelbagai cerita menarik menanti anda. Namun untuk forum pada hari ini, kita akan menumpukan perhatian kepada sukan fencing disebabkan Dayang ditemani oleh dua orang yang cukup hebat dalam sukan fencing ini, di mana Dayang bersama dengan Mr. Non Tapat Pancan yang merupakan fencing coach from Malaysian University Fencing Team, dan kita juga bersama dengan Mr. Michael Ye, Director Student Affairs and Sports Nilai University Malaysia. Mereka adalah antara orang-orang kuat untuk the 4th ASEAN University Fencing Championship yang akan berlangsung tidak lama lagi. So very big thank you to the both of you for being here at the studio today. I have a lot of questions lined up for the both of you. Okay, so seperti yang dah katakan tadi, ASEAN University Fencing Championship 2020 ataupun lebih dikenali sebagai AUFC ini sudah pun memasuki edisi yang keempat dan akan kick off on the 5th to the 8th of March. So can you maybe share with us some of the preparations that you have done so far?
Okay, I think in the first place, we want to thank Astro Arena for having us.
You're welcome.
This is the 4th year we're having at Nilai University. Actually, we gave birth to this ASEAN University Fencing Championship event. And of course, we must thank the Ministry of Education Sports Unit, particularly Mr. Tony Azman, for giving us the blessing, for giving us the support. And the Ministry appointed Nilai University to be the Pusat Sukan Tumpuan for Lawan Pedang. And since then, we've been working very closely together. And for this event, we are making sure that everything is in place because we are catering for any students in ASEAN countries and non-ASEAN countries. We also open up to them as well, that they are prepared to come for this competition.
Okay, so Mr. Non, Mr. Michael said something about your organization being the one that gave birth to this championship. So, what exactly are the objectives that you have? What are the objectives that you try to actually achieve by organizing something like this?
Right. So, as you know, fencing is a small sport in Southeast Asia, but it's certainly growing, especially in East Asia. Now in Malaysia, you have a lot of youth fencers, ages from 10 to 15, 14, 16. However, without the necessary pipeline, a lot of these talents, obviously will have harder time elevating themselves to true international level competitions. So with the Ministry of Education and Michael's work, we were able to provide additional pipeline for these young fencers in secondary school to be able to find their ways and focus on building up their sport career into the university path.
Okay, seeing that fencing itself isn't exactly the most popular sport in Malaysia, however, it is indeed growing. How do you feel about your championship now entering its 4th edition has contributed to its popularity in Malaysia, Mr. Michael?
I think we have come a long way, not just ASEAN University, and actually catering just for the sport of fencing. I mean, a fencer can keep on training, but if they don't go into a competition or don't get involved in competition or participate in it, he will never know what kind of standard he is in. So this ASEAN level fencing will allow the fencer to gauge where his standing is.
Okay, so as a coach, how do you view the quality of fencers that we actually have in Malaysia and in ASEAN itself?
Right. Well, I worked with a few national teams before in Singapore and also in Thailand before I came to Malaysia. And when I arrived here, I was very surprised that the pure number of youth fencer ages from like 10 to 14, Malaysia actually has the most. Now, like I said, how do you transfer that young talent and shine them into true international level competitors? And that's what we're trying to do here.
Okay.
So, in that sense, I think this kind of competition will really help a lot.
Okay, Mr. Michael, so knowing that we are made to understand that a few other countries will also be participating in your championship very, very soon. So what do you think are the differences that will be presented to fencing fans or the fencing anybody who's involved in the championships now compared to the previous 3 editions that we've had before?
I think every time a championship come about, there will be new talent, new champions. So everyone will try, every institution, because this is only for the higher institution, every institution want to bring their good fencers. And then everybody can gauge where they stand, how good they are, and how far they can go. And then they will see from there. They will be able to assess themselves.
Okay, but out of curiosity, do we have more women fencers or men fencers as of now? Or is it a balanced number?
Maybe you can answer that.
Now in Malaysia, I would say that the balance still heavy on the men's side.
Okay.
There are few young talents on the girls' side, but we would love to see more. Yeah, and I think fencing is one of the safest combat sport. Actually, I mean, it's a contact sport, it's a combat sport, but I think it's also very suitable for girls. And that's why in major fencing country, in some country, you see more girls than guys actually.
Okay. So, do you think that an event like this could actually help promote this sport towards the ladies out there? Maybe they want to try, but maybe they don't have that much exposure. So, how do you think this can help them actually engage in this sport?
Actually, it's not just this event. For any sport, not just fencing, they all must start from young. And then they have to grow, they have to compete, they have to train. Then, whatever opportunity they have, they must come for the tournament. And actually, Norm is in a very good position because we have now one of the best fencing coach in the country. His team of coaches involving Joshua Koh and Yu Peng Kian, they are all elite fencers. And he himself has his own blade fencing. So the involvement between us, between the ministry who has consented to engage him as our coach, we work very closely. And then the development of the fencers. Actually, the grassroots are also important because by the time they come to higher institution, they are already a fencer.
Alright, okay. Kita akan kembali kepada perbincangan berkenaan dengan edisi keempat ASEAN University Fencing Championship 2020 yang akan berlangsung tidak lama lagi bermula 5 Mac ini. Okey, jadi kita masih lagi bersama dengan Mr. Non Tapat Panchan iaitu fencing coach untuk Malaysian University Fencing Team dan juga Mr. Michael Ye, Director Student Affairs and Sports Nilai University Malaysia, dan tadi Dayang sudah pun bertanyakan pelbagai soalan kepada mereka tentang bagaimana penglibatan universiti-universiti dan institusi pengajian tinggi di Malaysia ini untuk championship sebegini. Okey, sekarang ni kita juga nak bertanyakan kepada Mr. Michael. Can you explain to us and all the viewers out there how would the format of the competitions be for this 4th edition?
The format is like all championship. We have all the 3 weapons, epee, foil, saber, both for men and women. And then also this time on the last day, which is the Sunday of 8th March, we have the team event for epee, men and women. It's a team event. And then the ministry has graciously consented to offer 12,000 ringgit as prize money to the winners of the championship. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Non, which country, which representatives would you say should be the ones to watch out for this time around?
Well, on the Malaysian side, I do believe that we have some strong fencers. Of course, well, now, because it's a university league, you always have new players coming on into the scene. So, to be honest with you, I think it'll be a quite interesting fight. I can't really call it yet who's going to be, but I do believe that on the Malaysian side, we have a few strong fencers that's ready to take the medals.
Everybody have a fighting chance.
There's an element of surprise to it this time around, so that's something
Sometimes
to really
the form
watch
of
out
the day
for.
as well.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Michael, how about the prizes that the winners will win from the competitions? Could you elaborate on that? The prizes.
We have a total of 12,000.
Wow.
So that will be spread for ASEAN university students and non-ASEAN. So the prize money will be for all categories, for both men and women. Evenly spread out, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Non, you've been involved with the fencing world. You've had your fair share of experience. So, for youngsters to be involved in competitions like this, what would be the biggest impact or the greatest experience that they could actually get from being a part of this?
You know, I come back to talking about creating a pipeline for a young talent to shine at the higher level. You know, recently, fencing powers has shifted its balance. Before it was mostly European. Now actually the strongest countries are the Asians and American. And I can't stress enough about how fast fencing is actually growing in East Asia. And with this sport, you know, with the growth in any sport, the opportunity that comes along with it is not only with the sport, but it's also with education. And I want to see these young fencers see fencing is something that could motivate them to say, hey, you know what? If I fence well, I can also have a good chance at going to a good local university, and that will propel them to want to get involved in the game a little more. I want to train harder, want to prepare themselves, and in the long term, they'll be really good for Malaysian national team also.
Okay.
Actually, talking about this, Nilai University also offers fencing scholarship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if you are a state fencer or national fencer, come to Nilai. We provide free tuition fee and accommodation.
Wow, itu adalah satu peluang yang cukup baik untuk mana-mana atlet fencing di luar sana. Mungkin anda boleh consider datang ke Nilai University, boleh jadi student dekat sana. Alright, okay. Satu lagi soalan yang nak Dayan tanyakan kepada mereka adalah berkenaan dengan harapan. What would you say is something that you really hope to see for this 4th edition? Is there anything that you hope to see among all the fencers nanti?
Actually, the hope for any organizer, for any competition, is to have a successful event and you have good participation. And then my hope is that this will continue for the years to come, so that this will be a good competition for any ASEAN university students. Because for any university students, there are 2 major events. For ASEAN country, there are ASEAN University Games, and then there is World University Games that we call Universiade. So this will be a good stop fencing competition for them to gauge and to be selected to represent their own country, for them to represent their own country.
All right, okay. I share the same hopes as you, and we hope to see fencing grow even more in Malaysia. Thank you so much for both of you for being here today. Dan kepada anda yang sedang menonton forum ketika ini, jangan lupa untuk terus bersama dengan kami di laman media sosial kami, iaitu facebook.com/astroarena saluran 801. Juga follow kami di Twitter @astroarena untuk segala perkembangan sukan tempatan dan juga antarabangsa. Dan selain Twitter, kami juga cukup aktif di Instagram. Jadi, Instagram kami adalah @astroarenahd. Pelbagai foto, video, IGTV, Instagram Stories menanti anda di sana. Jadi, make sure anda like dan share semua videos kami. Kita jumpa lagi dalam forum edisi yang akan datang. Salam hormat dan jumpa lagi. Assalamualaikum.